All right, let's just lay it out there. Could the most utterly bizarre stream of consciousness, almost off the rails way of speaking, actually be a stroke of genius?
Or maybe not genius, but just incredibly effective.
Right. Or is it just proof that, maybe we're all collectively losing our damn minds a bit?
Well, what's fascinating here, I think, is how something that sounds so chaotic on the surface can be so incredibly effective, almost by design, whether intentional or not.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into something truly unique, something. The linguistic landscape shaped by Donald Trump. We've got some wild sources, AI analyses, linguistic studies, even insights into how his Trumpisms have, invaded our everyday vocabulary.
Yeah, it's pretty pervasive.
So we're going to unpack what makes his speech so distinct, how it's influenced the masses, and maybe touch on whether it's a calculated strategy or just, a symptom of something else entirely.
Exactly. We'll look at the data that tries to quantify his uniqueness and divisiveness, you could say, and then connect this to the bigger picture of how language, especially now, in the social media age, can actually shift collective reality.
Which kind of raises that question. When we start talking like someone, do we also start thinking like them?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Welcome, dear learners, to Swetlana AI Podcast, episode 338. Get ready for some serious brain stimulation because we're about to dive deep. And while you're settling in, go on, smash that like button and hit subscribe to the Swetlana AI Podcast. You won't want to miss our next deep dive into the absurdities of human existence. Okay, let's unpack this with some cold, hard data. AI has been listening, really listening. And apparently Trump's language isn't just different, it's being called uniquely simplistic and divisive. So it's not just you thinking, what the hell was that? The machines seem to agree.
Right. What's fascinating here is a study in PNAS Nexus. It's a serious peer-reviewed journal. They applied machine learning to just this huge amount of speeches going way back to 1960.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, debates, rallies, State of the Union addresses, the whole lot.
Yeah.
And they found his rhetoric is really distinguished by short, direct sentences and a notably antagonistic tone, especially towards opponents.
So the AI developed specific metrics for this? How do you measure uniqueness with a machine?
Yeah, they did. They created this uniqueness metric. Basically, it flags how often someone uses language structures or phrases that are, statistically speaking, highly unpredictable compared to other presidents.
And Trump's score?
Very high. Significantly high.
Yeah.
The AI found his structures and phrases were just way off the beaten path compared to others.
Okay, so unpredictable. And divisive. You mentioned a lexicon?
Exactly. They also built this divisiveness lexicon. It's a list of 178 specific words, things like corrupt, stupid, disgrace, words often used to attack or undermine opponents.
And he uses them a lot.
Very frequently, yes. The study found a consistent pattern. So the key findings boil down to simplistic and repetitive style, short sentences, highly unique phrasing.
Even compared to other Republicans, I thought that was interesting.
That was the kicker, really. Not just different from Democrats, which you might expect, but a significant outlier, even among Republicans. That wasn't necessarily predicted. And yeah, highly antagonistic. Mentions adversaries way more often, uses these unique, really emotionally charged personal and kind of combative descriptors. The ones like low IQ individual or not a smart person.
So basically the bots are saying he talks like no other president, not even close, not even within his own damn party.
Yeah.
It's like he invented his own political patois. Who knew AI could be such a brutal critic?
Or maybe just an objective one. It certainly quantifies something many people felt intuitively.
Okay, so speaking of that distinct style, he actually has a name for it himself, doesn't he? The weave.
He does, yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, watching it's a spectacle. This stream of consciousness thing, interrupting one thought with the next, then maybe circling back, maybe not. It's not exactly Cicero, is it?
No, not quite. It often feels more like a fever dream set to a rally backdrop.
Right, just free associating.
Well, the Associated Press described the weave as his own term for this style. It whipsaws, from these really dark dystopian warnings to kind of lighthearted stories, then policy stuff, then grievances.
It's all in there.
It's all in there. Humor, braggadocio, anecdotes, grand promises, total non sequiturs, sometimes just fantastical falsehoods, attacks on opponents, superlatives, even vulgarities. It's a mix.
He mentioned on Joe Rogan's podcast, apparently, that it's a big strain and a lot of work. Does that mean it's calculated or just exhausting?
That's the big question, isn't it? Does work imply a method to the madness? or just the rambling takes effort. He certainly cultivates an image of spontaneity, like with teleprompters.
Oh yeah, the teleprompter thing.
He mocks others for using them, right? Makes it sound like they're phony. But then, observers clearly see him reading sections from them.
And then he'll say he doesn't use them.
Exactly. It's part of the performance. He sprinkles in the scripted bits, but maintains the off-the-cuff persona.
It's definitely theatrical. Can you give us some of those more out-there examples, the really tangential stuff?
Oh, sure. The LA Times documented a few classics. Remember him saying he'd deport Haitians to Venezuela?
Wait, Venezuela? Why Venezuela?
Exactly, no connection. Or claiming support for the vice president's family when he met Minnesota Governor Tim Walz's relatives. Or insisting he was in a helicopter crash with Willie Brown, which just didn't happen.
And the Obama versus Biden mix-ups.
Yeah, that happens quite a bit. He'll attack Obama, but context makes it clear he means Biden. Then later, he often claims it was sarcasm.
Right, the sarcasm defense, which is a choice.
It is. And it fuels the whole debate. Is this 4D chess, or is it, cognitive decline? He is 78.
Critics definitely jump on that. They compare it to authoritarian leaders sometimes, or just say it's covering for cognitive issues. But his supporters don't see it that way at all.
Not at all. Supporters often love the style. They see it as blunt, real, not polished political speak. He even claimed English professors marvel at his weave.
The Melania anecdote fits right in here, doesn't it?
Perfectly. He told this story about Melania saying he looked really bad and couldn't find the stairs off the stage. Then he said, no, I was just imitating Biden, and the fake news twisted it.
So again, performance art or a slip-up.
Who knows for sure? But either way, it's memorable. It absolutely keeps people talking, which, in today's media world, is maybe the point.
Okay, here's where it gets really interesting and maybe a little terrifying. Forget just listening to Trump. It seems we've started talking like him. Many such cases. Sad. Fake news. Believe me. These aren't just catchphrases anymore, are they? They're somehow part of the damn English language now. I hear them all the time in totally random contexts.
It's a really striking phenomenon. The New York Times did a piece on this, how Trumpisms moved from being, ironic internet jokes or memes into just everyday non-political chat.
Which is weirdly persistent, right? Most internet slang dies fast.
Exactly. Unlike typical online fads. So why these phrases? Why do they stick? The research suggests a few things.
Okay, lay it on me. What's the secret sauce?
Well, first, his language is apparently chock full of these adaptable grammatical structures. Phrasal templates, linguists call them.
Templates, like Mad Libs.
Kind of, like superlative X in on the Y in the history of Z, maybe ever. Or the classic make X, Y again. You can just plug in whatever you want.
Ah, I see. So it's easy to repurpose, make logos great again, make coffee strong again.
Precisely. It makes the structure itself viral, not just the original phrase. Second, there's the emotional aspect. His speech uses a ton of evaluative words: huge, stupid, disaster.
Right, very loaded language.
And research shows emotional language just gets more traction online. It provokes reactions. Third, algorithms love it.
How so?
Strange sounding sentences, divisive content. It generates comments, arguments, shares. Engagement. Social media algorithms are built to boost engagement,
So his style is basically algorithmically optimized for maximum spread, whether he planned it that way or not.
It certainly seems to function that way. It's like how TV favored attractive candidates back in the day, like JFK versus Nixon. Maybe social media favors memeable ones. His style dominates feeds.
That is quite a thought. So his linguistic weirdness isn't just noise. It's perfectly tuned for the modern infosphere. And here's the kicker, right? This is the big implication.
Yeah, if you connect this to the bigger picture, this constant presence, this memification, it's not just entertainment. Political scientists talk about the Overton window.
The range of acceptable ideas.
Exactly. The range of what's considered normal or possible in public discourse. And the argument is that the constant repetition and normalization of Trump's style, even as parody, can subtly shift that window.
How?
It can help normalize his policy ideas, maybe, but also, more subtly, it can just nudge our shared sense of reality closer to his framing of things. The underlying sentiment can stick around, even after the joke itself is old.
Wow. So the hot take is the fact that we're all kind of talking like Donald Trump, even ironically, could mean we're starting to think like him too, without even realizing it.
It's a provocative thought, but yeah. It points to that deep power of language, how easily we internalize and reproduce these patterns. It shows how you say something, the style, the structure, can be just as powerful, maybe even more powerful than what you're saying.
So wrapping this up, what have we learned? We've seen Trump's speaking style is like empirically unique, objectively different. It's full of this chaotic weave, and it has demonstrably seeped into our everyday language like nothing before.
A sort of linguistic Trojan horse, maybe?
Yeah, subtly shifting what we find normal or acceptable.
And ultimately, it just underscores the profound power of language, especially now in this digital age, to shape not just conversations, but our whole collective mindset. What policies seem possible, what ideas are in bounds.
So maybe the next time you hear someone, or even yourself, drop a many such cases, or a believe me about, I don't know, traffic or the weather.
Yeah.
Just pause for a second. Ask yourself, is that just a harmless meme, a throwaway phrase? Or is it a tiny crack? A little nudge shifting your brain, our collective brain, just slightly towards a reality you didn't even consciously sign up for. Fuck, that's heavy, right?
It is something to think about.
That's our deep dive for today. Thank you so much for joining us. If your mind is buzzing, definitely let us know in the comments. We want to hear what you think. And please don't forget to subscribe to the Swetlana AI podcast for more deep dives into the wild and woolly world of human knowledge.